I'm feeling great. It's amazing and very grateful.
Many ASU students filled with gratitude today. Thousands of graduate students were at Desert Financial Arena this morning receiving their master's degrees. For many, it was a stark difference compared to their last graduation.
It was peak COVID, so I did not actually have the graduation ceremony.
Making this time around even sweeter.
It's one of the most important moments of your life, getting to walk that stage.
But the celebrations come during concern over unrest at college campuses across the country. At ASU, more than 70 people were arrested during pro-Palestinian protests last month. 20 of them were students who were now suspended and can't walk at graduation. Police cleared the encampment at Old Main last month, but there are still barricades in the area to deter protesters from returning. Unlike other universities across the country, protests are not impacting ASU ceremonies. ASU police say they are still beefing up security in case demonstrations happen.
Education is very important, and we should celebrate all the graduates no matter what.
Now, a small group of pro-Palestinian protesters just showed up here outside of Mountain America Stadium, about 8 or 10 people right now staying peaceful and holding flags as well as signs. But again, this ceremony, this graduation ceremony here at Mountain America Stadium starts at 7:30, and a lot of law enforcement here as well. Reporting in Tempe, Emma Lockhart for Arizona's Family.
Emma, thank you.